Hardship is never in the body. You must understand this. Hardship is in your mind. Something is hard because you're doing something that you don't want to do. There is no such thing as hardship for the body. Suppose you have to carry 50 kilograms on your head and walk every day to your office, let's say that's your job, 10 miles. If you become fit enough for that, and if you and your colleagues, everybody walking with 50 kilograms on your head and walking, you will walk, it will not be hard. It's just that you see somebody else driving a car and going away. Now it becomes hard. Very hard. That to somebody you do not like. When you try to create comfort, everybody seeks hardship. For example, after the World War II, United States of America must have spent, I do not know the numbers, but must have spent at least $200 billion to build the highways. I don't know the number, it could be in that range, length and breadth of the country. But today you see, people are spending over $1 billion to buy off-road vehicles. Every seventh or eighth vehicle, probably at least 1 in 10 vehicles is an SUV. They may not go off-road, many of them, but somewhere they want to go. And there are a whole lot of other really rough off-road vehicles which people are doing, which is very hard.
Right, I've already done this intro once, but when I checked on my phone, the fucking video had disappeared. Shocking. Google for you, already censoring videos before they get uploaded. Assholes. Anyway, this is censorship as we know it. Basically, the video I made was about, well, it's about Tommy Robinson and the EU in general. It's just a quick one before I make a proper full length and in-depth version. As I've always said, every piece of information that I give you is all fact-checked and verified by multiple sources, be it conspiracy theory or not. I hate that term because it's not conspiracy theory. It's actual fact. You actually look into things and bother to look into things, which a lot of people these days don't want to do the research. Honestly guys, seriously, right? Go on the internet, it takes a few clicks. Really is that easy to find a great deal of the information that I share with you. Alright, but anyway, like I was saying, Tommy Robinson did the Panorama documentary in Manchester last week. Absolutely fantastic. Kudos to him. Really excellent stitch up there. He got them good and proper, basically faking everything they do, falsifying the narrative, colluding with Hope Not Hate, a far left terrorist organisation that works with Antifa, who are now becoming a terrorist organisation. Don't think, right, this Antifa thing, right, I don't get how some pansy ass, soft ass little pricks, right, who are running around acting like the fucking the big kids playing bloody Special Forces Army man, right, can be labelled as a terrorist organisation. Really don't. It's soft as shit, mate. I'll kick fuck out of them myself. Anyway, honestly, you fucking spit on them and fucking forward. These guys do no strength of character, strength of will, or any strength, to be perfectly honest. I don't care how much fucking martial arts you've done, lad. I've done fucking more than you. Trust me. Anyway. Yeah, sorry. Major rant. You make me fucking angry. If you want to know about my martial arts background, one day I'll fucking tell you. It's quite extensive. Anyway. As I was saying, basically, Tommy Robinson has had people going around to his door. After this, he's been banned off Instagram, banned off Facebook. None of this should happen. Anyway, this to the rest of the video that I recorded about an hour ago. Alright, see you later. Well, after he did that event last weekend, he, well, first of all, yeah, first thing that happened was a jihadi lawyer whose name escapes me at the moment. I mean, in my proper video about this, I will go into it and name names and blah blah blah. He gave a file containing the address of his wife and children's address. Tommy doesn't live with his wife at the moment, basically for safety reasons. They're not going to split up. It's just that he'd rather keep them safe than not, if you get what I mean. And staying with them, unfortunately, means that they won't be safe. So, obviously, he stayed at another address. Not only that, he was also out of the country when 5 men, all dressed in black, all mashed up, with a pit bull dog, Panorama reporters, well, BBC reporters, funnily enough, VNA, live streamed on Facebook, going to his door. They filmed the address, the name of the street, the name of the house. Remember, this isn't Tommy's house, this isn't Tommy's address. This is basically his wife and kids' address, innocent people, right? They filmed all this information for all the world to see. So they deliver a letter, apparently. A letter to basically summons him to court, supposedly. It was all a play, really. There wasn't any summons. It was just basically a play to get his address out there for any Islamic extremists or anyone crazy enough to basically harm him, harm his kids, harm his family. So, in retaliation, and I mean, I would have done the same thing, possibly a bit more. Can't believe that Tommy's actually restrained himself a bit. He went to this guy's house, one of the guy's house. I went around his house and did the same back. Fair play, I thought. Good on him. Well, next thing you know, a few days later, after he's exposed this again, and he's exposed the collusion yet again between leftists, hope not hate, Panorama, BBC, all them lot. Again, collusion between them all. He is now being summoned to court on the 23rd of March to be sent down again. What the fuck has happened to our country, eh? We're a bastion of free speech. Well, maybe a century or two ago, supposedly. We set up free speech around the world. Now look what's happened. Eh? When has reasonable discourse been a fucking crime? Eh? There was no death threats, no nothing from Tommy Robinson that day when he went round. There was from the other guys. That he's getting set down. Alright, they say it's a breach of his suspended sentence, but the fact is his suspended sentence was a farce anyway. He should never have been set down. He was legally outside that court, basically reporting on information that was already wired out to the public. And because it was something that was wanted to sort of suppress in a way, and keep out of the public eye, because it damages them to no end, it damages the whole establishment to no end. These grooming gangs absolutely damages the establishment to hell, because they're all involved. Why are they all involved? Because 90% of them are fucking paedophiles. That's not conspiracy theory, that's a fact. Simple. Not conspiracy, not theory, fact. Edward Heath, Prime Minister, known Satanist, verified Satanist, verified paedophile. Jimmy Savile, verified, semi-verified Satanist, verified paedophile. Cyril Smith, verified paedophile. The list goes on, and Stuart Hall. Do I need to be Rolf Harris? I was joking about Rolf Harris even before it came out that he was a fucking paedophile. But I knew. You could just tell looking about the guy. He's just one of them people. Well, anyway, all the establishment is involved, whether it's to do with the media, whether it's to do with the political system, whether it's to do with the police, you name it, paedophiles are involved in it somewhere, and it's getting worse. We need to stop this now. It's not a video against Islamic gangs. I've got plenty of fucking mates that are Muslims. We get on like house on fire. They're disgusted about these fucking crimes. There's a certain subsection that is doing this, that is perpetrating this, and that is being helped by the establishment. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If Brexit doesn't happen on the 29th of March, we need to get at least 1 million signatures, petition the Queen to dissolve Parliament completely. We do have a right to do that. If you look at, it's a very, very, very old law, so pretty much almost Magna Carta days, but no one's bothered to change it, and the establishment think that no one remembers about it. But it is part of British civil law. That's law of the land. That's not maritime law that you get in the courts, the judicial courts that you get around everywhere in the magistrates. They're maritime law. Maritime law is bollocks in this country. It gets voted in every year, just like the income tax, by the British government. We don't have to abide by maritime law. As long as you know the wording, and as long as you know the words to look out for, and what to say, you cannot be bound by maritime law anywhere, unless you're on the sea, because that's where it belongs, on the sea. Maritime, hello? Yeah? Anyway, like I said, civil law of the land, British civil law of the land, and it's parliamentary civil law of the land. We are allowed to empty Parliament and vote in people that will actually do the fucking job. So anyway, like I said, it's a quick one, just been shopping, thought I'd do a quick one. Like I said, March 29th, we don't leave the EU, and we need to leave the fucking EU. All you remainers are idiots. Now, before you jump on my back, I'm going to tell you why. Right? We're all being taken for mugs. You more than others. The EU was a Nazi plan to start with. Right? It's actually based entirely on the model that Hitler and Goebbels and Goering and a few other people actually dreamt up as going to be the trading model for a united Europe. What happened? We took on that same model. Very strange, isn't it? Another one. Juncker, whose first name I forget, right? He's EU president at the minute. He's also part of the EU Commission, which means it bounces from EU president to EU Commission and is unelected. Right? You only get one candidate in the well, you only got one candidate to vote for in the EU presidency last time, and that was him, Juncker. His dad was a major player in the Nazi Party. He was also a Nazi war hero. In fact, he was so far up Hitler's ass, he was basically waving out of his nose. Yeah, that's how much he loved the guy. He revered him so much that he gave him the province of Luxembourg as a gift for all his hard work for the Nazis. And as far as anyone else knows, never given it back. He runs Luxembourg, one of the most powerful banking nations in the world. I could tell you more, and I will tell you more in an upcoming video, but like I said, just for a quick one. Just a couple of tidbits. Whet your appetite? Good. Next one will blow your mind. Alright, see you later. One thing I did forget to mention, that panorama video, if any of you haven't seen it, I recommend it, highly recommend it. It showed how much the BBC and the Ministry of Media in Britain are lying about everything, and this includes not just about Tommy Robinson, but also about Brexit. So much I can tell you about that, and I will be telling you in an upcoming video. All you Remainers, like I said before, you're being taken for mugs. Not just you lot, but us Brexiteers as well. Yeah? The only difference is, us who voted for Brexit actually looked into things. You lot didn't even bother. I could break your brain with facts, I really could. That just go against the EU. It's an authoritarian, Soviet-style, communist political system. It's never been about trade. It's always been about consolidating power to one single source. Prime example of this, major evidence of this. Theresa May signing us up to the EU army, even though we voted to leave. Yeah? Emmanuel Macron and Angela Merkel both saying we need to dissolve the state and give all power to the EU Commission and EU Parliament. What the fuck? So basically you've got to dissolve your country and join the EU or else, yeah? Or get fucked up. Lovely. And that's just the scratching the surface, guys. Right? I'll tell you the real story in the next video. Right, see you later.
So, comfort is not what you're seeking. What you're seeking is a deeper experience of life, always. You can seek this either consciously or unconsciously. Right now in a given society, if somebody sets it up that having this kind of an automobile is the best experience, now you're aspiring for that. In another society, if somebody says, walking up the mountain is the greatest experience that you can have, everybody wants to walk up the mountain. So no. You're looking for a bigger experience. Living better does not mean more things. Living better just means your experience of life evolved into something more pleasant and fantastic. No? No. Just a little longer car, little bigger house, this has become living better, unfortunately. If you don't change this, your life's anyway gone. You will destroy the life of future generations because your idea of living better is bloody eating up the planet. There'll be nothing left. If your experience of life does not become more beautiful, what is the use of all the beautification that you're doing to yourself from outside and around you? What is the use of building huge mega cities and comfort and this and that when people are miserable? What's the point? It doesn't serve any purpose. Now everybody wants to go back to nature. Very expensive vacations they're having. Safari in Africa, you know. So, this is because we have set a wrong precedent. And it's in the hands of this generation to turn that precedent around and bring it to a sensible level. Otherwise, the planet cannot sustain more than another 1 or 2 or 3 generations.